Hey guys, in this month's Disney Rewind, we're going to be talking about Tangled, released back in 2010. So yay, we have finally made it to Tangled. I have been dying to talk about Tangled. I love Tangled. Stephanie, how do you feel about Tangled?
Tangled is probably one of the best Disney movies, especially for the, I don't know,
modern
what is this era called?
I feel like this new era...
I guess I should say like from, the 2010s on, or like 2008.
I feel like they've called this like the new Renaissance.
Because plus it was the 50th?
Yeah, it was the 50th movie. Yeah.
Animated movie?
Yeah, 50th animated movie.
So yeah, from Tangled on out, it was good.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a revival for Disney.
Yeah.
I mean, because you have good story, likable characters,
mm-hmm.
you have good humor, but also good emotional segments.
Mm-hmm. There's just a lot to like about Tangled.
But every song's good.
There's a lot to like about Tangled. I think the trailers didn't do it any justice, because I remember not really particularly being moved by the trailers and whatnot. Yeah, I just like everything about Tangled. I like the characters, I like the songs, I like the story, I like the villains, I like the thematic messages going on. Like, everything in the movie just works and gels cohesively and whatnot. It's really freaking good. Yeah, definitely one of the better modern Disney movies, and I feel like it's so underrated at times.
Also, also to me, I think it's one of the movies that has, besides like the old things like Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin, one of the newer movies that has every song is good.
Mm-hmm.
Because you still have hit or miss, for me at least.
Mm-hmm.
There's still the hit or miss songs in some of these.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Tangled, I love all the songs.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Tangled, it's about a young woman. She's about to turn 18 years old, named Rapunzel. When she was a baby, she was kidnapped by a crazy woman named Mother Gothel, because Mother Gothel is vain, and she wanted that sunflower flower, whatever that thing's called, the flower, because it has it provides like youth and vitality to whoever has it. And so yeah, when baby Rapunzel was born, her mother was dying, and they had to give her that flower, and that's why Rapunzel was born with hair that was golden, and it heals. So then yeah, crazy Mother Gothel, kidnaps her, takes her to a tower, her hair grows out, and that's how we get the story of Rapunzel. And then we got Flynn Rider, you guys. He's hot. 7. Isn't he the sexiest Disney man ever?
Yes.
And then we have Hans. Hans comes after. We gotta wait a year for Hans. And then it's a rivalry there between Hans and
a year.
Yeah,
what, Frozen's 11?
Frozen. Oh wait, Frozen's like 2013 or something. Ain't it? I can't remember. Either way, Disney was producing some really hot Disney men. We got Flynn Rider and then Hans from Frozen. And I think this movie does the Flynn and Rapunzel relationship very well.
It does. Like, it's not fast.
Mm-hmm.
It grows, and it's a good, healthy growth.
Yeah. Yeah. I just like their relationship. It works really well. I mean, when you think about it, they've only known each other for a day, but still, it works really well.
And I love like the banter between them.
Mm-hmm. I just really like. I think Flynn and Rapunzel, just as individual characters, they're both really well done and really fleshed out. Which helps with their relationship too. That they're both individually nicely fleshed out, because they both have really good stories. Because you have Rapunzel, who knows no other life than being in the tower. She, that's all she knows. She wants to get out of the tower and do things, but when she does get out, she feels conflicted. Like, she feels like she's doing the wrong thing. She feels like a terrible person, but at the same time, it's like, well, I want to get out and go do things, because there's other things outside of my tower. So it's like, I like how multidimensional she is as a character just from that alone. And then I like Flynn. He's a really, really well fleshed out multi-dimensional character, because you get the sense that he's kind of
the opposite of Rapunzel. He knows nothing of knows nothing but being on the run,
Yeah.
and being out,
Yeah,
for his whole life.
You get the idea that he's been a con man and a thief probably his entire life since he was young.
So they match well because she teaches him kind of like calmness, I guess, and he
compassion.
Yeah,
she's teaching him compassion and forgiveness, and
then he's over there like showing her what the world's like,
adventure.
Yeah,
reality.
So they go good together,
Yeah.
with being opposites of her being trapped forever and him being on the run forever.
Yeah. I guess that's the thing too. Trust. They're both learning about trust in different ways.
Yeah.
She's learning how to trust through kind of how his method of trust is, and then he's learning to trust through how her method of trust is. So it's like I like all that. So I like how that it just meshes really good, because then you buy into their little romance once it starts developing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like they're both just really good as individual characters just in general, which works. Because sometimes in these Disney movies, it's kind of uneven. Sometimes it's a little uneven, and one character has more nuance than the other,
mm-hmm.
and it's like, why are they together?
Yeah,
we
haven't learned nothing about
especially
them.
Like the early movies. It's like we know a lot about Cinderella, but what the hell do we know about Prince Charming?
And what does she know?
Yeah, what does she know about Prince Charming? Same with Snow White. We know a lot about Snow White, but we don't know anything about.
We know
the
even
Prince
less about.
Yeah, we know less about him. Know a lot about Sleeping Beauty, but not too terribly much about
Probably
Prince
the
Philip.
best prince would be Prince Eric. That more.
Yeah, I feel like
no.
You know a lot about the Beast and Eric.
Yeah.
Well,
the Beast more.
Yeah,
forget about them.
I feel like you do.
But I guess it started with Little Mermaid. Maybe.
Yeah, starting with the Renaissance. Yeah, starting with the Renaissance. That's when the relationships start to get a little better, because it's like you get an idea of Belle and the Beast and Ariel and Eric and Jasmine and Aladdin, especially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's like Flynn and Rapunzel. It's like they're this new wave. Like it goes even more.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that like Flynn, he's not perfect. He's not perfect.
She's okay with that.
Yeah, he's not a prince. He don't come from wealth or anything. He's very flawed. He's very egotistical and vain. But when he needs to sacrifice, he's willing to do it,
And like Rapunzel Rapunzel doesn't base everything off of her, their
mm-hmm.
first encounter
mm-hmm.
or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
She, even though he'll say something or do something, she's not like yelling at him.
Well, that's what I like about just Rapunzel in general. She doesn't judge people. She doesn't judge a book by its cover. Because even when they get to Snuggly Duckling, there's all these scary looking guys, and it's like she's not really fazed by it.
Mm-hmm.
She's not fazed by it, and it's kind of the same with
because her mother told her, "Oh, these people are bad. Yeah. Don't go near them." But then after like a minute in there, she's like,
she has the whole place singing and dancing, and them all telling their emotional life stories and their dreams.
And it comes in handy in the end.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like I like that about Rapunzel too. She's willing to kind of look under the surface about who people really are, because I think that's just how we're naturally inclined to behave as
mm-hmm.
humans, that we look at what's on the surface and we don't dig underneath.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I like Rapunzel as a character for that. She looks under the flaws and finds what's good. It's like she's a naturally good, kind, compassionate character, and it's like she brings that out in Eugene, which is nice, because that's what he needs. Because I think that's all he needs. He just needs love.
Mm-hmm.
He just needs love and someone to care. That if someone cares for him, because no one has ever cared for him, because he's always been with ruffians and gangs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mother Gothel's a great villain.
Mm-hmm.
She is so flamboyant, over the top. I love her. She's just a really great villain, because it's like you understand where she's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
You understand that she's lived for a very long time. She's very old. She's very vain and selfish, and that flower has been her lifeblood for God knows how long. So when it's taken from her, she gets desperate. Now, a question. Does she love Rapunzel? That's something I've always kind of been in conflict with. Does she love Rapunzel? Is there some sort of maternal love there at all?
I would feel like...
Or is it straight out abuse?
They never really dig into it. I mean, I would feel like she would, because if neither of them really goes anywhere. And I would think she does too, because she's not locked her up.
She feeds her.
At the end she chained her.
Mm-hmm.
Because now she lost trust with her and stuff. But
yeah.
I would want to say that she would, because she raised her practically as a baby.
Yeah.
And she never did anything that, I mean, yeah, she couldn't go outside, but she didn't chain her up. I don't think she locked her door or nothing.
She never physically abused Rapunzel, but still, she horribly mentally abused her.
Like
and manipulated her.
She was one of those that thought she was doing good.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to tell with Mother Gothel. It's like, I think there was a part of her
she's
that...
a good liar.
I think there was a part of her that did love Rapunzel in her own way, but when it got down and dirty there near the end, and Rapunzel starts figuring things out... Yeah, Mother Gothel...
Knowing that she would die.
Yeah, Mother Gothel was just way too vain and self-serving. You know, she's all about who she is.
So then maybe we realized that she didn't really love her.
Yeah.
Like, if she said she did, she didn't.
It's like Rapunzel really loved her, though, I think. I think Rapunzel really saw her as a mother.
And that's why she was felt guilty.
That's why she felt so guilty when she first got out of the tower. Yeah, she really loved her, and then she realized, oh, she's been manipulating me this entire time. So yeah, there was definitely an incredible amount of mental abuse going on between them.
But I mean, she made her favorite food.
Yeah.
She apparently had made multiple trips before to go get her the paints that she liked. So I think in a way she did care for her.
Yeah.
Just but it was not in the healthiest of ways.
Yeah, it was all for her own self-purpose.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. Because she needed to do things to keep Rapunzel happy and to keep Rapunzel from running away until it was too late.
Yeah. She did at least care for her in some way. Yeah. She allowed her to.
Yeah.
So let her have some semi-freedom in her town.
Yeah. It's like, I like, because Rapunzel, it's part of Rapunzel's big thing. She needs to learn who she really needs to trust, and Mother Gothel's not the one she really needs to trust at the end of the day. Because if her mother really loved her, why would her mother keep her locked up in the tower? You know, why can't she go see the lights? That's all she wants to see is the lights on her birthday. You know, so I like Rapunzel's story there. We definitely recommend, if you love Tangled, we definitely recommend checking out the animated TV series that takes place like directly after this movie. What is it called? Rapunzel's Tangled Adventures? Is that what it's called?
It had two names. It started off with one name,
Rapunzel, and then Tangled the series. I think
it's just called Tangled the series.
I think it was called Tangled the series at first, and then like Rapunzel's Tangled Adventures, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had like 2 title changes, but yeah, Disney Plus. Yeah, it is on Disney Plus now. If you love Tangled, we absolutely recommend checking out the animated TV series. It had 4 seasons, something like that, 3 or 4.
3.
Yeah, 3. It had like 3 seasons, and it's pretty much just an extended world building of what you got in Tangled.
You got to know about like Flynn more.
Yeah, you get a lot more with like Flynn or Eugene's backstory and past relationships he's had, and you get a lot more with like Rapunzel and her mom and dad, which I liked. There's just a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of flashbacky.
Yeah.
And then the best episodes were the ones that were like an hour long, or like 45 minutes long. Those were the really good ones, because those always had like
music and songs in them too.
Oh, yeah.
And those are good songs. Yeah. For an animated spinoff like that, great songs. Yeah, we recommend.
And then you get like new characters who are really cool.
Yeah, we definitely recommend checking out that series, because it's worth your time if you love the world of Tangled.
And it's not like, I mean, there are some silly episodes.
Yeah, there's some kiddie, silly episodes, but it gets really dark and serious.
Because they started ignoring the show, which meant it was not fun for kids. It was mainly a show for like teens and grown-ups.
It's surprisingly a very, very good cartoon, because it does get like dark and gritty at certain points.
Especially last season.
Yeah, that last season, it gets pretty dark. It's very, very good. If you love Tangled, we definitely recommend checking it out. Because it's like, I know other Disney cartoons in the past have had, their own little thing. Like, like Aladdin had his own little cartoon,
But this is voiced by
same people. Yeah, you have the same people, because you still have Mandy Moore.
With the same people.
Yeah, you still get Mandy Moore and Zachary Levi. They do every single episode, which I'm shocked. I cannot believe, because a lot of times with cartoons like this, the original actors don't come back. Because they're too good for coming back for an animated cartoon. Because even, like, the Kung Fu Panda, like, Jack Black didn't come back to do that.
Definitely didn't get it.
That little, that show on Nickelodeon, Jack Black didn't come back to do that, which I'm kind of shocked about, because he's not snobby to me. That seemed kind of snobby that he didn't come back.
But, I mean, that doesn't mean that. That could be just they didn't want to pay.
Yeah, because he's too expensive. Yeah, he's too expensive.
Yeah, that's too much money. It's just, let's find somebody who...
Yeah.
Is way cheaper.
So yeah, Mandy Moore and Zachary Levi, they come back and do their voices for the animated show, which I like, because they are those voices, they are those characters. Are we forgetting anything? We love Pascal and Maximus. They're great.
And even Maximus has a change of heart. He realizes that because he's been chasing Flynn, and then
I like the running gag with Flynn's nose. They can't get his nose right in the posters.
Rapunzel helps Maximus realize that
Flynn's not so bad.
Flynn's not so bad. Yeah, because then even Flynn starts treating him well, and there at the end, Maximus comes to the rescue for everybody.
For Flynn. I like that I like that Maximus and Pascal, they don't speak. They're just regular animals.
But you know exactly what their mood is, what they're thinking.
Yeah.
Just from little facial gestures or something.
Yeah. So Stephanie, if you had to rank Tangled on a scale of 1 to 10 Mickey ears, what would you give it?
I'd give it a 10.
10 all the way. There was no hesitation there. 10. It's seriously one of like the best of modern Disney. And I feel like it
goes so quickly.
It does. Yeah, we've watched Tangled a lot.
That's how I kind of ranked too. Like, how
rewatchability.
Did I get sleepy? I didn't, because I got sleepy earlier when we were watching something else.
Yeah.
But not that it was boring. It's just I got sleepy. So I was worried I was going to get sleepy just watching it. And it was like, it did. I didn't. I rank it based off of how aware am I, and did it go quickly?
Tangled is just so rewatchable. It's so enjoyable from start to finish. Yeah, we've watched it over and over multiple times, and I never get bored. And then every single time when it gets to that ending, and Mother Gothel stabs freaking Eugene, and I'm sitting there thinking, oh my god, he's gonna die, and then he cuts Rapunzel's hair really dramatically, and then you think he's dead. Like, every time I get upset. I get emotional into it because I'm sitting there thinking Eugene is really gonna freaking die. And then she brings him back with her tear, and they hug and kiss. It's one of the best Disney kisses. That is seriously one of the best freaking Disney kisses, is after the haircutting scene when he dies. That is wonderful. And don't get me started on the two of them on the boat with the lanterns. My god, it's beautiful. Yeah, Tangled is a beautiful masterpiece. More people need to love and appreciate it. That's what I'm saying. As much as I love Frozen, I do think Tangled is maybe the superior movie, So is that it? That's it, you guys. Let us know in the comments below. How much do you love Tangled? If you don't like Tangled, that's okay. You're going to make us upset. That's okay. But let us know how much you like or dislike Tangled. So that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like this video, you may like these other videos. Bye, guys.